Hello and welcome to the show. You know, we spend a lot of time on this show talking about how to support mothers, but as a daughter of a really fabulous girl dad, I never want fathers to feel left out of this conversation. So I'm really excited to have this conversation about those important men in our lives we call dad, papa, father, all kinds of names. The bottom line, they're so important. And my guests today are fathers and sons who are here to discuss the significance of having a strong father or father figure in your life. So let me introduce you. Zak Wallace is the owner of The Local Green, a vegan and vegetarian restaurant here in Atlanta. He's a successful restaurateur with deep roots and influence in the music industry. And he's here with his son, Tyree Wallace, who helps run the business magnificently. And then we've got Kegdrick Smith. He's a successful general contractor, and he brought along his two sons, 14-year-old Kyler and 18-year-old Kegdrick Junior. Gentlemen, welcome. Zak, welcome back. Good to have all of you here.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Yes, indeed. I want to start with my dads, though. For the two of you, I feel like sometimes I hear that men still feel like there's not enough conversation about what fathers need, the support fathers need, what the struggle is like for fathers. Is that the case?
Not for me. I feel like, we are we get up every day, we set the tone, between us, our wives, we set the tone every day. So the support, I hear a lot of banter about, what's going on. That's a lot of stereotypes and false narratives. But at the end of the day, you get up every day, you see what's going on in your household, and we get out and we make it happen.
Yes, indeed. For you, you feel like that black men are being seen as the fathers that you really are.
I do feel like we're being seen, but I feel like, just like the statistic, right? We engage with our children more than any other race. And it's hard.
You're by the statistics, you're talking about that 75% from the CDC,
Correct.
where they say 75% of black fathers really are present. They're in the homes or connecting with the families on a regular basis.
And I look at that statement and I say, I'm contracting, went to a step show my son had with my whole contract, ran from the job site and came in, and over the years of them growing up, that's pretty much what it's been. Leave work, go coach, coach a game, coach football, go to whatever event is going on. So it's like we are there. We're very much present, and if you look over the history in the years, and I can speak on me and Zak, we've crossed each other being fathers, entrepreneurs, countless amounts of time over the last decade or so. We see each other in that light.
And I want to point out too, the two of you know each other, and you've known each other through your journeys of fatherhood.
Absolutely.
You have 4 sons.
Yes.
And you
didn't have enough chairs for
I didn't have enough chairs. I have enough mics. But if I did, they would all be right here.
Right.
How watching your fathers as successful businessmen, what impact has that had on the two of you?
It taught me a lot. Just taught me how to carry myself like a professional, and treat people how you want to be treated. That's how you build loyalty within your staff, and just the importance of being disciplined and just being myself.
Yeah. And Kegdrick Junior, how about you?
Taught me how to get up and go and don't stop. He taught me, he put me in the floor game early, so I do LVP floors a lot.
Did he put you in the floor game early? So it sounds like, Dad, you took him to work early.
I did. Took him to work. He's been watching me work his whole entire life.
Yeah.
And it's for me, my granddaddy was the same. He was a general contractor. And my father had some contracting ability. So it's, a rinse and repeat of what I've learned growing up.
Yeah, I want to bring you in just a second, but that reminds me of your father, because you've always talked about how much you learned about business from the lessons you got from your own father. How much of what you're teaching your sons are the lessons copy and paste from your father, who I believe is a barber, right?
Yeah. So he's a master stylist that went on to own 5 beauty and barbershops.
Yeah.
And so I grew up in that ecosystem. So that's all I know is people, service, sacrifice, gratitude, looking people in the eyes, little small lessons of connectivity to, and the biggest part is community, and so that transferred with me in everything that I do, you know, and so that gets passed on to my legacy and my heirs.
Yes, indeed. Kyler, I want to hear from you one of the biggest lessons, because I know there have been a lot. One of the biggest lessons you have learned from your father.
To never give up and to
lead through, like even if things get hard, to never give up.
Yeah, those
Yes,
are good
ma'am.
lessons. How do you keep the conversation right? Because as mothers and fathers, these ages are so important. Keeping the lines of communication open and making sure that our sons and daughters stay out of harm's way.
You know, with my son, especially my older son, it's like we'll look at things going on and it's a chain of events, and then we'll just have a dialogue about it. Or we might roll by a job site, or not a job site, but somewhere where incident may have occurred. Shooting of an unarmed black man at Wendy's or something like that. With him, I'll drive by and say, what do you think about this? And we drive, you know, maybe near the scene to actually feel it.
Yeah.
And we just dialogue about it, because it's all reality, right? It happened. It wasn't me, but it's someone that we can see on the news, even if you don't know them. It's in a surrounding that you're familiar with.
Yeah.
So anybody could be affected. So it's the dialogue about what's going on.
Yes,
on
indeed. Zach, I want to ask you, because your career before this, you are a writer, you are a storyteller in the music industry, so you never have a shortage of words. But I'm wondering how that translates with making sure your sons always feel like they have a space to come and talk to you and to your wife, Robin.
You do have to have an open door policy, right? You know, but a lot of times kids will make the decision for you, right? I don't want to hear that. I ain't gonna tell you. You know, they make the decision for you. So, you know, you have to stimulate the conversation. You know, a lot of times, and to piggyback on what Kegdrick said, you know, there's little things that I get on, like that I recalled doing with Tyree when he started driving. He didn't want to wear a seatbelt, right? It's culturally, he does not. They do not. Young kids do not like wearing seatbelts. So they snap the seatbelt and sit on top of it, right?
Yes.
And so it drives me crazy. And I remember having to go to YouTube and pull up accidents to make the visual real.
Visualize.
Don't
Here's
be
what this
that-
looks like.
yes,
Here's
this
what
is
the
this-
ejection looks
yes,
like.
This is what it looks like. You know. So how much of an inconvenience is that belt across your chest?
Wrinkling your
now?
shirt, yes.
Yeah, wrinkling your shirt. How much is that now?
You laughing because you already know.
You know,
like it's not comfortable.
Right.
And you know what's you know what's a whole lot less comfortable is
Right.
going through that windshield.
Yes,
Put your
thank
seatbelt
you.
on.
Yeah.
We're gonna pause right
Yeah.
there because you can see why
can
we
see.
brought in the
Yes.
fathers and the sons today. This conversation is going to continue. In return, we're going to talk about entrepreneurship and the D word, as in discipline. You ready? Yes, indeed. All right, we'll be right back. Hey there, Portia here. Listen, that was a good conversation, wasn't it? Want to see the rest of it? Just go to portiashow.com, scroll down until you see that particular episode. But listen, before you scroll on out of here, I need you to do me a favor, please. Like, comment, let us know what you thought of that episode, and subscribe. And if you already are a subscriber, we sure appreciate you. In the meantime, we'll be sure to see you on the next episode of Portia, and you can catch us weeknights on Fox Soul as well. Tell your friends. Tell them to like, comment, and subscribe. See you next time.